At this point, Fate got announced about, what, maybe a week ago? Been seeing a lot of positive reception from this crossover. Even though it's not even out yet, a lot of people are excited, and some of you might even just be skipping everything and saving for it, which, you know what, I agree with you. It truly is Fate supremacy over here. But one thing that we didn't know about this crossover that recently we just found out, and by recently I literally mean today, is the information regarding the unit's kits, and more so, the first 2 units that are going to be coming out in this crossover. If you guys don't know, I think there's going to be 6 units in total for the Fate crossover, and they're releasing them in duos. First pair being Rin and Ilya. Luvia is also there, but I mean, I guess it's technically a trio, but Rin and Luvia are actually together. And then after this, we have the next duo, which is going to be Miyu and Emiya, followed by Salter and Chloe, and then finally we're going to have a banner with all 6 of these units. And I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I want to be whatever Yamapi's on, because whenever he designs these units, or whenever he greenlights these units or whatever, they going crazy over there. Ilya, if you want to see all of her stats, these are all of her stats. Looks pretty good, right? You can pause the video if you want to, but the main thing here is I want you to look at is True Art, is art gauge and crit buff. There are very few units in this game that actually apply a crit buff alongside an arch gen buff. The only unit in the game, at least at the current moment in global, that comes to mind is New Year's Milim, not New Year's Milim, my bad, Christmas Milim. But we all know Christmas Milim ain't really that good. And I also think Ainz does this too, but he reduces crit resist and gives art gauge to everyone, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he does that. Then we have the super art, which is literally a nuke, which I really like this. This gives you tons of damage based on your current HP for 20 seconds. This isn't just during the super art, this is literally a buff that she just will have for the next 20 seconds. Not only just this, it also gives her a little bit of play in terms of nuking potential, right? Which I feel like kind of really fits the character, since Ilya literally, you know, pulls out Excalibur in her super art. So I like what they did there, you know what I mean? Like a huge damaging super art, but then more of like a supporting role with the rest of her kit. Another thing to mention too is that these units are actually going to be getting true weapons, which I don't think Overlord had true weapons, but the Fate character is going to have true weapons, which I hope these are free, but you may have to buy them rainbow gems. We'll have to see whenever it goes live in a few hours. True Weapon increases your own damage by 70% if you're above 80% HP. However, if you are below 80% HP, it will instead heal you for 20% of your maximum HP. This also has a unique passive that increases your own damage and all stats by 20% and gives you 5% attack up. So a lot of stuff with this True Weapon. I really like how versatile it is. It's offering 2 different things, whether you're above the 80% threshold or if you're below it. These are her passives, and you see that first passive? If you use your art, your true art, or your super art, and your own HP is above 90%, you increase your own art gauge by 50. I feel like they kind of bit off of Fate Grand Order here with her kit design, at least with some of her passives and the way how she uses some of her super arts and everything. Because her ability in this is increase your own art gauge by 50, but in Fate, if you actually upgrade her Noble Phantasm through her Interlude quest, this actually gives you 20% MP gain up. Now, 20% MP gain in Fate is not like exactly a 20% refund, but in my opinion, I feel like the art gauge is actually fulfilling this role to an extent. Another thing they could have did too, since she turns into Artoria, they could have been betting off of Artoria's skill in Fate Grand Order, where she'll actually refund her MP gauge whenever she uses her Noble Phantasm, which is also, you know, just cool. I like the attention to detail. Love it. Ilya, overall, I'm really liking this character. I see a lot of potential with her, and I think this girl's gonna be an absolute menace alongside characters like Star God Lisa and stuff. Now we move on to Best Girl, Rin. Her kit is actually kind of unique. Her entire kit revolves around burn, as you can see with the art. If you burn with the art, you reduce the enemy's fire resistance, which is pretty good. But if you actually look at the passives here, you increase everyone's damage by 30% every time an enemy is burned. That is stupid, ladies and gentlemen. 300% damage up to everyone. This is free, by the way. Like, if you go into mines or go into a fight with a lot of different mobs, or even like going into a fight with like a boss, just being able to inflict burn just for a second will instantly increase everyone's damage by a stacking 30%. But that's not it. Like, if you actually look at her kit, she's offering a lot. Not only does she have this damage buff in her kit, she has damage resist down with the true art. She has magic damage up to the entire team, plus a magic resist down on the super art. And if that wasn't enough, she's also arch-genning with her skill, and her skill is a type G arch-gen. I didn't even know type G existed. And of course, just like Ilya, she has a true weapon as well, and her true weapon drains her own HP by 2% of your own max HP, and then you increase all allies' art gauge by 4 per second, and you increase fire allies' damage by 40%. And when this is equipped by Rin, you increase your own arc gauge by 2 per second and attack by 30%. This character is very strong as a supporter, as this more like debuffing, buffer, damage dealer, whatever you want to call her. She literally fits everything. I guess the worst part about this unit is that she doesn't really have any type of crazy innate arch gen apart from the skill and the true weapon if you do opt in for it. Apart from that though, you know, you're not really going to be getting anything else. One thing that I will say is a little bit of a letdown is I kind of wish that Ren and Livia was more of a dual unit kind of, right? More of this tandem style unit. But the fact that they're just 2 units in one and they don't really do anything to kind of like capitalize on that is a little bit of a letdown. That is somewhat upsetting. Another thing that's a little bit upsetting, Ilia doesn't have very good slots to kind of fulfill that supporting role. She has like the magic slots, she has the physical slots, but she doesn't really have a 5-star support. She does have a 4-star support. I will say that. Not having the 5-star support, I think kind of hurts her in her supporting capabilities, but in terms of her DPS, it's perfectly fine. So yeah, these 2 characters, amazing. I can't wait till they come out to global and I actually can try them on global and hopefully I actually get lucky and get them. But yeah, if you guys are going to be summoning on them or if you have summoned on them already, hey, hopefully you got lucky. Hopefully you got what you were looking for because yeah, they're definitely some insane unit. That's going to be it for this video, man. Thank you all again for coming out. It's been your boy P, and last but not least, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.